Mexico against South Africa at the cauldron of Estadio Azteca. This is the moment the 2026 World Cup explodes into life. A historic opener under the lights of one of football's most iconic venues, packed with passion, pressure, and pure football drama. Can El Tri deliver a statement win on home soil, or will Bafana Bafana spring a shock and steal the show? This is FIFA Unfiltered. Let's dive straight in. The 2026 World Cup kicks off with co-hosts Mexico facing South Africa in Group A at the legendary Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Thursday, June 11th, 1300 hours local time. A rematch of the 2010 opener in Johannesburg. Javier Aguirre on the bench for Mexico in his third stint, Hugo Broos leading Bafana Bafana in what he has hinted could be his final tournament. But let's be brutally honest, this dream opener is more about nostalgia and home advantage than pure football quality. Mexico has never won the World Cup. Their best performances remain quarterfinals and ninth. A nation on their shoulders, the pressure on Aguirre's men is immense. Reports from The Athletic and ESPN highlight how this expanded 48-team format gives them a supposed easier path, yet history shows El Tri often collapses under expectation. South Africa returns to the World Cup for the first time since 2010. They've never won it either. Their best result was that group stage exit as hosts 16 years ago. Under Hugo Broos, they've shown resilience in African competitions, but this is a different level. Bafana Bafana rely heavily on players from the local premiership. Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates dominate the squad. That lack of elite European exposure could be their undoing against a Mexico side packed with players from top leagues. Let's talk superstars. For Mexico, the spotlight is on veterans and rising talents who actually compete at the highest level in Europe. Edson Álvarez, the captain and midfield anchor, shines at West Ham in the Premier League, bringing steel and leadership. Raúl Jiménez, the experienced striker, has been banging in goals for Fulham in the Premier League. Santiago Giménez is tearing it up at Feyenoord in the Eredivisie, a clinical finisher with proven pedigree. Young sensation Gilberto Mora, just 17, is the exciting wild card, the youngest Mexican to play senior football. Guillermo Ochoa, the eternal goalkeeper, is set for his 6th World Cup, a remarkable feat covered extensively by BBC Sport and Sky Sports. Hirving Lozano adds pace from his European stints, while players like Cesar Montes at European clubs and Luis Chavez bring depth. On the South African side, the pickings are slimmer at the elite level. Captain Ronwen Williams keeps goal for Mamelodi Sundowns. Teboho Makona, a dynamic midfielder from Sundowns, is one of their standout talents. Lyle Foster, who plays for Burnley in the Championship/Premier League setup, brings valuable European experience as a forward. Oswin Apalis and others mostly ply their trade domestically, which critics from Tariq Panja's reporting circles argue leaves them tactically and physically underprepared for the intensity of a World Cup opener against a motivated host. My score prediction? Mexico 2-0 South Africa. El Tri will ride the electric Azteca atmosphere, dominate possession, and capitalize on set pieces or individual brilliance from players like Jiménez or Jiménez. South Africa may park the bus and look for counters, but the gulf in European exposed quality should tell. A 2-1 thriller is possible if Bafana catch them on a break, but logic and home advantage point to a Mexican victory to kick off the tournament in style. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, and Tariq Panja will be all over the team news and lineups, dropping exclusive updates on squad selections and tactical battles. The Athletic has already dissected Aguirre's setup, while BBC Sport and Sky Sports are hyping the historic rematch angle and the massive global TV audience expected for this opener. Yet here's the controversial truth. This match symbolizes FIFA's flawed vision. A co-host with a history of early exits against an African side still building. The 48-team format waters down competition, allowing weaker teams easier access while stretching resources. Ticket prices remain scandalously high, as we've covered before. Security is militarized to the extreme. And while the world tunes in for the party, the underlying issues, player fatigue, commercial overreach, and uneven development between confederations, get ignored. Mexico enters with the pressure of a nation expecting at least a semi-final run on home turf. Failure would spark national crisis. South Africa dreams of reaching the knockout stages for the first time. Anything beyond group stage would be historic. Broos has built a tight-knit unit, but without more top-flight European stars, it may not be enough. As journalists from premier desks prepare their dispatches, the football world holds its breath. Will Mexico deliver the statement when their fans demand, or will Bafana pull off a shock that defines the tournament's underdog narrative? The beautiful game deserves better than scripted openers that paper over cracks. But for 90 minutes on June 11th, Azteca will roar, and we'll see whose preparation and talent prevail. This has been FIFA Unfiltered, raw, relentless, and calling it exactly as we see it. Legal disclaimer. The information presented in this video is based on publicly available reports and statements from credible news organizations including The Athletic, BBC Sport, Sky Sports, ESPN, FIFA.com, and others. Predictions, squad details, and analysis are speculative and subject to change. This content is for informational and commentary purposes only,